I'm not her anymore, but I'll always be grateful for her. She carried dreams I hadn't lived yet. She survived seasons she thought she'd never make it through. She kept showing up even when she was exhausted. She loved people who couldn't always love her back. She believed that if she worked harder, gave more, proved herself just a little longer, one day life would finally feel the way she imagined it would. I don't judge her anymore. I understand her because she did the best she could with what she knew then. And somewhere between the woman I was and the woman standing here today, I quietly became someone new. Not overnight. Not because one thing happened, but because hundreds of ordinary days slowly changed me. And looking back, I wouldn't change a single one. The funny thing is, I didn't even realize I was becoming her. I don't look back with regret. I look back with compassion. She was doing the best she could. She loved deeply, worked hard. She showed up for everyone. She carried responsibilities that no one ever saw. She thought strength meant never slowing down. She believed peace would come after the next achievement, the next relationship, the next opportunity, the next version of herself. She didn't know peace was never waiting at the finish line, because peace isn't something we earn. It's something we choose. Looking back, I realize she wasn't broken. She was simply exhausted, trying so hard to build a life that looked successful. She forgot to ask if it actually felt like her own. People often ask me what changed after 50. Honestly, it wasn't my age. It wasn't one big moment that had taken place that transformed my life. It was much more quiet than that. I started paying attention to the woman I was becoming, not the woman I thought I was supposed to be. Stopped measuring and comparing myself to other people's timelines. And most importantly, I stopped believing that I was behind. And I stopped believing that one day happiness would just start. And little by little, I started building a life that felt peaceful. Not perfect, but peaceful. And I've learned that there's a very big difference between the two. I stopped waiting for someone to complete the story. I stopped waiting until everything looked perfect. I stopped waiting until I felt ready. I simply started living. I started decorating the home, taking the trip, building the business,
laughing more, dreaming bigger, creating work I loved. And somewhere along the way, waiting quietly disappeared, and gratitude took its place. Today, I measure my life very differently.
When I say that I'm not her anymore, I'm not saying that I don't love the woman I used to be, because I do more than ever. Now, I understand her. She carried things that some never saw. She worried more than she admitted. She gave more than she had. She kept hoping that tomorrow would feel easier. And somehow, she kept going anyway. If I could sit by her today, I wouldn't tell her to work harder. I would tell her to rest. I would tell her that peace is not something she has to earn. I'd tell her that she was going to be okay. That one day she would look around and look at the life that she has built and realize that she made it. Not because everything was perfect, because she finally became herself.
Maybe that's why this chapter of my life feels so different. Not because I became someone else, but because I finally stopped pretending to be someone I wasn't. If you're watching this today and you feel like you've changed, I hope that you give yourself permission to see that differently. Maybe you haven't lost yourself. Maybe you've been becoming yourself all along. One ordinary morning, one courageous decision, one quiet act of choosing yourself at a time. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. And I hope this film reminds you that your story is still being written. And I hope that you never stop becoming.